نعم. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وبعد. Then inshallah ta'ala we will spend this time here after Fajr as we do on Mondays and Thursdays and Saturdays, learning the meaning of one of the Adhkaar of the morning and the evening. And this is from the book Adhkaar Sabah wa Masa, from that was compiled by Sheikh Razlan. May Allah preserve him. It's from the Mashaykh of Misr, of Egypt. And we've arrived at the fourth supplication that he lists in here. And the one as review, the one that we studied last week is called Sayyid Istighfar. Okay? Is a very, very important supplication to learn, memorize, and say frequently. It's the best supplication to ask for forgiveness. This is the best one. And sometimes when we're making istighfar, we want to be so sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we want to say the best istighfar that we can. This is Sayyid Istighfar. And it really actually deserves to be explained in detail, as a lot of all these supplications do, but especially Sayyid Istighfar. So inshallah ta'ala, later we will return back and do a detailed explanation of some of these adhkar, because they should really be understood, like Ayatul Kursi, and mentioning Ayatul Kursi, which we will study here not too long from now. And for many of us that are learning the Arabic language, we're trying to perfect our tongue, right? Even the Arab. This is Fusha. So sometimes you speak a dialect, and the dialect is not the dialect of the Prophet ﷺ. And so a good way to train your tongue is two ways. One, by constant reading of the Quran with tajweed, taking your time and reading it, murattal. So reading it with the good pace, reading it with the proper tajweed, and stopping at the right places and starting at the right places, especially for the non-Arab. It's very important, because we don't know necessarily always if we stop here, we completely change the meaning, right? So it's a good to follow the stops and the continues that are mentioned inside of the Mus'haf, okay? Also, sometimes a very long ayah, you'll read it the way that the Qari that you follow, like Minshawi or Husri, any of the, Shatri, any of them. Follow one of them, pick one, stop where they stopped, start where they started, okay? You're not any blame if you do that. That's a good way to do that. Another way is to learn the adhkar and say them frequently, right? And the adhkar they're statements that should be said, right? We're not just going to sit here and start thinking, La ilaha illallah in our mind, This is remembering Allah. But this is not, saying the adhkar, and this is, going to help us so much with that. So, inshallah ta'ala, the fourth supplication, which is on page 17, it says, Allahumma fatir as-samawati wal-ard. We should pay very close attention that there's a ta on fatira. It's not fatira, it's fatira. So this meaning of this is, O Allah, Allahumma, right? Allahumma, it means O Allah, right? O Allah. Fatir as-samawati wal-ard. The one who created and fashioned the heavens and the earth. Okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He not only created the matter that composes the universe, everything, all the creation, but He fashioned it. It is the way that He is the way that He intended for it to be. He created it that way. Okay? Alim al-ghaybi wa shahada. That He knows the unseen and what is known and witnessed. He knows all things. There's nothing that escapes his knowledge, right? Sometimes we should fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There was a situation where there was a thief burglarized the home. He broke into a home. He's in the home and he's going through the home, and then he hears the homeowner opening the door, so he jumps and hides behind the couch. This is a type of shirk, because he's afraid of who? He's afraid of the owner, but he doesn't know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees him the whole time he broke into this house. SubhanAllah. Allah knows the unseen and what is seen. رَبَّ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَمَلِيكٍ. And actually we should say Rabbi kulli shay'in wa malika, right? Rabbi kulli shay'in wa malika. And again, when we're saying this, there's the ha at the end, malika, right? He is the Lord of everything and its owner, wa malika. Okay? He's the owner and possessor of everything. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. I bear witness, I testify that there is no deity that is worthy of worship in truth except for Allah alone. Okay? We're saying this to Allah, right? Illa ant. Anta means you, right? Second person. We are talking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. A'udhu bika min sharri nafsi. I seek refuge with you from the evil of my own self. Wa sharri shaytani wa shirki. And from the evil of shaitan and his partners. Okay? Wa shirki. Okay? Again, yani, a lot of times when we're reciting Quran, like when we have فَمَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ, there's that at the end. We should, yani, it is shariki, right? We should try to make sure that some air leaves that way, right? We don't say shariki, right? And he says, وَأَنْ أَقْتَرِفَ عَلَى نَفْسِ سُوءًا. And I seek refuge with you, Yani, for myself. Yani, I'm seeking refuge for myself from the evil, okay? From yani bad, evil, su, right? There's khair, and then there's opposite, the su, right? أو أجره إلى Muslim. Or that I would harm a Muslim, yani with bad or evil, okay? So we should say this supplication in the morning and also in the evening. This is not just one of those that is yani authentically been transmitted that it should only be said during the morning, right? All of these that we have learned so far, they're for morning and night. There's not any that's yani specifically you should say this way, and as it was done by the Prophet ﷺ, specifically in the morning yet, okay? So all of these, and this is a sahih supplication, and this actual version of this hadith was taken from At-Tirmidhi, wal-Bukhari in Al-Adab al-Mufrad, right? So this is not in his book of Sahih, right? And so that's a good benefit too, is that when you read the book Al-Adab al-Mufrad, not all of those ahadith are authentic. Some people look and say, oh, this is Bukhari. Yes, it's Bukhari, but it's not from his Sahih, right? So some of those hadith, they're weak, and they should not be acted on according to some of the scholars. But there is a reason why, or it's weak, but it could be acted on because it's backed up by an authentic narration, perhaps, right? And when we get to that part, because this is from etiquette. Adhkaar and dhikr is from etiquette, it's from the manners of a Muslim, that we should remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? We should call on Him, and we should do this frequently. We should make a time out of our morning that we do this. We should make a time out of our evening that we do this, right? And so inshallah ta'ala, until next time, anything I said that is correct is from myself or shaitan. Anything I said is correct is from Allah and His Messenger. Anything I said that is not correct is from myself or shaitan. And Allah and His Messenger are free from it. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu alayk. Subhanallah. Anything I said is correct is from myself or shaitan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It didn't happen once.